What's going to be India's roadmap for adopting more electric vehicles in future, more green fuels and more alternate fuel vehicles? Also, what is the current status of highway construction in the national capital and also across the country? Joining us to talk about it all is Nitin Gadkari, Union Transport Minister. Minister Gadkari, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
We've just emerged from G20, where there was historic consensus on the Delhi Declaration. I would like to begin by asking you about the sustainability agenda, and if the automotive industry should take one cue from India's sustainability priority at the G20, what would that be?
Actually, frankly speaking, the G20 is one of the successful story in the history of our country under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi ji. The first time the 20 countries actually with the common agenda, particularly on the biofuel, we have the same thinking on the basis of that same resolution, which is very important as far as the air pollution is concerned. World is facing the problem of air pollution. Even India is also facing the problem of air pollution. Even one of the report for Delhi, they have already written that because of the air pollution, we are actually decreasing the life of the people of the Delhi by 10 to 12 years. So this is a very, very sensitive and serious problem. And this is the time that we need to develop a biofuel and alternative fuel in the country. I am very happy that because of this biofuel alliance, it is going to helpful to create cooperation, coordination and communication between the stakeholders and this country. Whatever the good research available in Brazil, because Brazil is supposed to be the first country who is started the revolution in as far the ethanol is concerned. So they are adding 22% ethanol in the Air Force fighter jet. Now this is the time that we need to we already add 20% ethanol in petrol. But now, just 20 days before, the first time in the world, we have launched the Euro 6 Innova from Toyota with flex engine on 100% bioethanol. The car is generating 60% power and 40% ethanol.
Right.
And that's the reason, as per the mileage is concerned, the cost of the petrol is coming to 25 rupees per liter with no pollution, green fuel. So there is a great revolution in the part of the fuel also. So we are making now ethanol from rice straw. We are making ethanol from bamboo. We are already making ethanol from corn, then wheat, then rice, then we are making ethanol from molasses, baby molasses.
Right.
And there is a huge potential in the rural and agriculture area for making ethanol. And that is going to create more jobs in the rural agriculture area and growth in agriculture.
Okay.
And because of the ethanol policy, the most important beneficiaries, the farmer. Firstly, the farmer, we already call them as Annadata. But now because of ethanol, they are Urja Data. And now in Panipat, we are making from Parali, bioethanol and biobitumen and aviation fuel. Then the farmer will be bitumen data, and after that they will be bio-aviation fuel data.
Okay.
So this is the diversification of agriculture towards energy and power sector, and this biofuel alliance is going to give new vision, new idea, new research, new technology, new standards, whatever which are accepted by the world, and that is going to create cooperation between the countries, and which can be a green history in the particularly in the history of a world. And so, the dream of the Prime Minister to make Indian economy 2070 carbon neutral, that is to be a great our march towards that mission.
So very importantly, you're saying that the industry should take a cue from the Global Biofuel Alliance, and that shows our priority towards sustainable fuels, alternate fuels, ethanol, etc. But I would like to ask you, sir, about your views on diesel. We have been seeing the diesel share of cars, diesel share of automobiles reducing over the years. Currently, the percentage of diesel cars that are being sold every year is around 15 to 18%. It has come down over the years. Will the government go ahead and disincentivize diesel and petrol engines in future in order to push the industry towards biofuels and other alternate fuels?
Actually, we have the import of 16 lakh crores of fossil fuel. And pollution point of view, diesel is very, very hazardous. Because everywhere there is some pollution is there, in petrol also there, but diesel is very hazardous. It is really a sensitive and health problem for the country. So basically the idea is, I am not against any diesel or any diesel car. Actually 2014 the car sale was 48% of the car sale was diesel. And now it comes to 18%. So we can go for CNG, we can go for the petrol. But we need to reduce our pollution because it is a serious issue for the whole Indian society. And that is the reason I elaborate my views. This is the time that you should divert towards biofuel and alternative fuel. Now the problem is that I am not against any industry, but problem is already government is giving incentives for electric cars. Now the GST on petrol, diesel car, fossil fuel is 48%, and in electric car it comes to 5%. So already alternative fuel and the biofuel, government has given a lot of concessions. So my suggestion to the industry that best way to concentrate on alternative fuel and biofuel, even in flex engine, that can be a great thing. So presently it is a right of the Prime Minister, Finance Minister to take decision about the taxation. But I was telling the spirit that if you are not taking seriously, then ultimately government has to take the special tax on pollution tax on the diesel vehicle. So this is not good. Before that, you should change your policy, more concentrate on biofuel and alternative fuel. That was the spirit behind my argument. Right. So I am not against diesel fuel. Neither we are not going to levy any new tax on diesel vehicle. But the day it is to be time because of G20 and the biofuel alliance, it is a time for industry to understand the spirit behind it. That was exactly I want to indicate to the industry with my speech.
But it is a warning in a way that if you don't do it after a certain time, despite all these incentives, then the government can consider a tax as well.
It's not a warning. Actually, frankly speaking, there is a concession for electric already in GST. There is no concession for fossil fuel. It is already in the policy. The people knows it. So I am not giving some that we are going to increase the tax on diesel. That is not my spirit. My spirit was, now this is the time that you should rectify your policy, encourage manufacturing of more car on biofuel, flex engine, electric, alternative fuel and biofuel. Right. That is the need of the hour, that is the need of the country, and that is very important for the society as far as the pollution is concerned.
But what about trucks, commercial vehicles? Buses, of course, are moving on CNG today, but trucks, diesel is the predominant fuel.
Actually, I will tell you, I got offered to launch LNG truck from Blue Energy in Chakan. The truck totally, they have a capacity of 1600 kilometers once they take the LNG. And by comparison between diesel and LNG, there is a 50 to 60% saving in the cost. So people are using CNG now in Delhi. Maximum truck they are using CNG. So somewhere now CNG going to everywhere. So the diesel truck they can convert on CNG or LNG. That can be possible. And now electric trucks are waiting for the market. And we are making electric highway from Delhi to Jaipur on cable. Again, that is going to reduce the cost. Presently, the logistic cost in India is 14 to 16%. Logistic cost in European countries and US is 12%. Logistic cost in China is 8 to 10%. So our target and mission is to reduce the logistic cost into single digit, up to 9%. I am confident within 3 years, we will take it up to 9% by using alternative fuel and biofuel and electric. Okay. So that is to be the mission and that is to be the vision for the industry, and that exactly which I elaborate with my speech.
I'd like to ask you about your comments on 6 airbags. The government had earlier brought out a notification for mandatory 6 airbags for 8-seater cars. That notification has expired. You said that 6 airbags will not be mandatory. Will it be not mandatory for any cars, or will it be mandatory for certain cars?
First of all, because of Bharat NCAP and star rating, the 95% and all the companies, only one is exceptional, they have already taken for 6 airbags. they are making advertisement that in our car we have 6 airbags. They are getting good sale. Now one company, it is only the balance is there. I am expecting that due course of they will also accept and there will be no problem. So that is the reason that we don't need to again increase the time limit of the notification, because already people have accepted. That is the very clear cut. People are not doing it. So there is no need for that.
But does the 6 airbag rule remain mandatory, sir?
Sir, it is already accepted. 90% of cars is already taking 6 airbags. In the international market, in the export, it is mandatory for them that they should have 6 airbags. Even the company which are not in mood to take 6 airbags, they are making model for export. They are using 6 airbags.
Right. Any timeline that you would fix, sir, for the notification to be implemented?
Problem is that when 90%
Because the early notification has expired.
Actually, the 90% of the people have already accepted, and our purpose is solved. About 6 airbags. I feel that now there is no necessity to increase the date of notification, because already people by and large, because of Bharat NCAP and star rating, all the people are accepted. And I feel that in due course of within 2-3 months, everyone will accept it. So when all are going to accept it, what is the propriety to again making notification for mandatory for airbags? It is not needed now.
Okay. So you're saying that notification on mandatory airbags is not needed anymore?
Already it is successfully implemented.
On that note, we take a short break. Don't go anywhere. This conversation with Union Minister Nitin Gadkari continues on the other side.